All right. Excuse me. I'm Beck Lane, and this is Catalyst & Company. Catalyst & Company, where we're catalysts in each other's lives, as well as our own. And we work at being the artist we've always wanted to be. God, that sounds so hippy-dippy cliche at this point, but we're still going to keep using it because we're still working at this. And we're still working at these forms. I am on my laptop, boopity boop, going over applications for a fellowship. This will be video number 5, I believe. I made the last one last night, about 11 o'clock or so, as I was trying to finish up. Anywho, I got down to, I thought I had done 38 by last night, so I'm counting. Oh, no, I didn't get down to 38. In my little notebook, I have all my artists, all the artists that I have to evaluate, numbered. That doesn't say 38, that says 35. So I'm on 35, and I actually went to the Slide Room website where this is stored, and where also you may have been applying for fellowships or grants or whatever through. I know I've used it. Applying for things. Slide Room, I hated it at first. Hated it. Still not my bestie friend, but we're there and everybody's using it. So the fellowship has their application entered into Slide Room, along with the 50 applications I have to go through, and with the 50 that each juror has been assigned. Now, like I said, this is the 5th video on this particular adventure. And as upset as I've gotten over different applicants not filling out the paperwork correctly, the paperwork being in 2 to 5 words, how would you use this fellowship? And it turns into a diatribe. What is your proposal for the fellowship? You've heard, I've now spoken about this several times, and it turns into, well, I did a show at my local blah, 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 and I did this, and I've gotten this award and that award, and some of them have been like ridiculously famous awards. But it's, once again, that's not something that I'm attributing. Number one, if you can't fill out the paperwork correctly, if you can't fill out the application correctly, I don't care. Number two, there are people that are excessively talented, extremely talented, who haven't applied for fellowships, haven't gotten a leg up, haven't gotten the Pulitzer. Yes, there are a couple of Pulitzer Prize winners on here. There are a few, maybe. I read over them and I go, oh, wow, that's nice. I mean, good for them. That's where I'd like to be. Hello. But it's not the deciding factor. I don't care how friggin' popular you are. And there are several very famous publications that some of these artists have worked with. And again, it's like Pulitzer on down, I'm looking at. But still, some of us don't get to have those magical lives all the time. So that should not be a deciding factor. However, filling out your application is. And I wanted to start, I turned on the camera to start again here, And no, I'm not wearing the same shirt from yesterday. This is actually a clean blue shirt. Same t-shirt from yesterday, but different blue shirt. I think it's the same t-shirt. Anyway, I left at this one particular application because it was so good that I wanted to go over it with you. I'm not going to use a name. I have all the information for this woman. I have all the information for each applicant. So if I wanted to, I could call up and go, hi, but we don't do that. That's a breach of something or other, privacy or nosiness, or I don't want to talk to people on the phone anyway. But I opened this one because I thought we'd start today off on a high note. This woman has applied for a fellowship for a project she's been working on for a number of years in various forms. It involves the public being involved. I can't, if I go too far into it, it's so unique that people would be able to figure out who she is, and I can't have that. So she's been working on this particular project, which has multiple portfolios within it for 21 years. She started in 2004. It's kind of Cindy Sherman-esque, but it does not involve dressing up like characters and photographing herself. It's different. This is really wholly unique. This is everything I want to be around in the art world, instead of, oh, look at me, I pour paint like 80 million other people, and then I throw glitter in it. Which is what, most of us are surrounded by, is, look at me, I'm an individual, just like everyone else, doing what everyone else is doing. This is wholly unique. And quick glance through her biographical statement. The biographical statement is pretty impressive. This is not humble bragging, which I've also had to sort through. Oh my God, this one fellow thinks he's king shit. I mean, really, he presents himself as, I'm the most important person. You look at the application, you look at what he's written, and you see white male entitlement all the way through it. And just, of course you're going to like me, because I'm, I painted something once. Unfortunately, his actual work didn't back up his bragging. And that's really what it was endless humble bragging. It was odd, it was weird, it was uncomfortable. You could hear him chuckling in the background. It was just like, oh, I wanted to bathe afterwards. And he also didn't fill out the paperwork correctly. So on top of needing to go home and rethink his portfolios, because all he's doing is mediocre decorative art, he didn't fill out the forms correctly, the necessary information. And then there was the what I'm now dubbing the vampire artist, who I started to talk about last night, but didn't finish. I was very tired. He had a total of 2 images, not just on his application, but on his website. And I'm calling him the vampire because apparently they were supposed to be shrines. He photographed them in the woods, in the dark. Oh my God, I'm getting too specific. In the woods, in the dark, with candles around them. And his website had that old Englishy Gothic type in it. It's barely legible. I mean, it's just horrible all the way across the board. The most tragic point to that applicant is he's got a BFA and an MFA, both from Ivy League schools. I mean, that's a tragedy. That is an actual tragedy, because there are working artists who would love to have those kind of credentials and have the acclimen? No, what's the word I'm looking for? Have the ability, let's put it that way, to actually put them to use. I'm sorry, this is where I get snotty. I get really angry when Ivy League people act as if they're the king of the world and they're just not doing the work. They're just not doing the work. It's so aggravating. not here. This is, it's out in the world, because we bump into those people at openings and stuff. A lot of, sorry, I'll get back to the applications in a minute, but I know I've lost my patience with academics who came to my openings and would fancy talk. And the linear and the poopy poo and the thing you don't, and what you don't know about you is, and they'd stand there and explain my work to me, or me to me, in these $20 words, or umpteen syllable words that were supposed to impress me, and they didn't. I actually find it really reprehensible when people act as though they're above the artist, or above, like here, the organization that they say they want to be a part of, or want to be accepted by. So anyway, moving on from Vampire Boy to, said too much. Anywho, so now I like I said, I'm into this application with a person, an artist, a really talented artist who's done extraordinary things, has been working on her portfolios and body of work since 2004. So it's been 21 years. There are hundreds or thousands and thousands of pieces included in her work. So not just here, well, on the application she has 3 images, but when I go to her website, there's tons. There's literally tons. Again, her she filled out the form correctly. Describe, in 2 to 5 words, describe what you wish to do with the fellowship. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. As a professional, what do you consider yourself? Accomplished. And she's right. Or they are right, sorry. List 5 of the most, one of the questions here is list 5 of your most significant professional achievements. And I looked at them. They're, I don't know, being famous is one of them, I suppose. I guess, what is wrong with my hair? Being famous within certain circles, not nationally or worldwide, but certainly it's impressive. Again, not a major factor with me. You can't pound your chest and win every argument with me. You can't pound your chest and win an argument with me, period. But she's not. I mean, sorry, this artist is not. They are not. They're not pounding their chest. They're not trying to gaslight or veil. They're being very direct, very clear, keeping the language simple, filling out the application as asked, as outlined in the guidelines. Honestly, I have 0 complaints here. I have there's nothing for me to criticize. Yeah, there's really nothing here that I can fault her on. So what I'm doing is doing what I've done with every applicant. I have my little notebook. I'm writing down the 4 categories: technical merit / craftsmanship. Technical merit / craftsmanship, sorry. I need dental work done. Duh, everybody can see that. But, so the words don't come out. Plus my head's screwy. So technical merit, scope is the next one. Innovation and originality is the 3rd category she'll be graded under. And then creative clarity. And once again, each applicant can be rated under those 4 categories from 0 to 25. And even those grading, the numbers that we're grading have been broken. Numbers that we're grading with have been broken down and defined. 0 to 4, there is little to no evidence of technical skill. 5 to 9, the applicant demonstrates basic ability, but the application of skill does not fully, a lot of words. 5 to 9, the applicant demonstrates basic technical ability. 10 to 14, the applicant demonstrates a competent, oh how horrible, a competent level of technical skill. Scores 15 to 19. The applicant demonstrates strong technical skills that are well aligned with the goals of the work. And 20 to 25, which is where we're landing with this particular submission. The applicant shows exceptional mastery of their mediums, with technical skill clearly enhanced in supporting the objectives of the work. The execution is refined and precise. So 25 there, and there's only been, I think this is the fourth one where they're going to get 100 because right across the board, brilliant. Scope, and we'll just skip to the 20 to 25 grading range because that's where they belong. The work has significant potential for broad impact, and this applicant has already had broad impact with their work. With the ability to address issues or themes that are socially, intellectually, and scientifically relevant. I wish I could tell you what this person has done. Every single box is checked off. Innovation and originality. We're going to go to 20, the score is 20 to 25 again, the scoring section 20 to 25 again. The work is highly original, demonstrating significant innovation in both concept and execution. I love being audience to brilliance. So for creative clarity, we're going to skip to the grading level of 20 to 25 again. The applicant demonstrates exceptional creative clarity, articulating a deep insight and focused vision for their artistic practice. Score of 100. And I have no notes, so we're just gonna grade them. Come on, boopity boop. And I want to share with you something I haven't shared in other applications or in the other videos. When we total up the scores, like I said, they can range anywhere from 0, which I've only done 0 a couple times because people didn't bother to fill out the applications properly at all. They just thought I'm special and moved on. So, or whatever they thought, I don't care. So anywhere from 0 to 100. And I'm going to read the scoring system, the scoring evaluation. When we total up the numbers in each application, this is how it is defined to the organization, the fellowship. If an applicant gets 10 points to 35 points, they're an amateur. This is amateur work. And quite frankly, that is most of not just my applicants, but most of the applicants that come through, apparently all the time. All the time. When the scoring adds up to 40 to 46, work that is immature from an applicant unprepared to benefit from the fellowship. Read that again. 40 to 65, work that is immature from an applicant unprepared to work that is immature from an applicant unprepared to benefit from the fellowship. Then we get to the scores 65 to 80. Good, solid work and concepts. If there's room, it would be great if this applicant got a fellowship. 65 to 80, good solid work and concepts. If there's room, it would be great if this applicant got a residency. And I have a few people in the 65 to 80 range. Scores 85 to 90. If an applicant scores 85 to 95, rather, excellent work. God, I hope I landed somewhere in there with my stuff. Excellent work. You think this applicant should receive a residency. If you score 100, as this applicant has, cream of the crop. It literally says cream of the crop. If anyone receives a residency, it should be this person. So we are learning here that this is not willy-nilly. This is not a willy-nilly system like meow, meow, meow. Although taste does, I'm certain that taste does apply to a lot of fellowships and grants. Some organizations, from what I'm seeing, what I've started to understand a few years ago, is that they're relying on trends to sway their taste. Whereas someone like this, there is a scoring system, and I love it. I will help these people again and again and again. So now I've moved on to another application. How far are we? We're at 22 minutes. Now, last night, after reaching, the crescendo, the brilliance, there were 3 or 4 massive disappointments in a row. So I've moved on to another one. This applicant has presented visual art, but without any notation as to how it's produced. Not that that would sway me, whether it's actually painted or it's done digitally. It appears to be paint, but there's no reference to size. I would kind of like to know more. Quick glance, really good. Really, not just good technically, which they are. They're good technically. The ideas are somewhat unique. The images they've presented. They're somewhat unique. Definitely innovative-ish. But I think it's a subject, too, where people aren't sure the subject that they're tackling. People aren't sure what to say or how to find a new venue or a new avenue for it yet. How to represent it. Ugh. The 2 to 5 words describe what you wish to do with the fellowship. Whew. I want to read it to you in the worst way. That is so powerful. There's no, I will sit outside and look at stars kind of a thing. I'm going to play with my toes. I'm going to twirl around in a circle till a thought comes to me. I wish I had said this in my application. God, it's beautiful. Anyway, I'm now reading the proposal. Didn't really mention the fellowship, but the proposal is 1 paragraph as opposed to a lot of these where there are 5 or 6 paragraphs and nobody cares because they haven't even mentioned the fellowship. Or they mention it in a sentence at the end. the applicant has kind of mentioned what they want. It was very much what I wanted, but I didn't articulate nearly as well. So this, yeah. Did a lot of things. Did a lot, whoa. Okay, just a couple of big things as I go over it. List 5 of your most significant professional achievements. Holy shit. Oh my God. He's actually been recognized, oh my God, by an organization that I've wanted to be recognized by. And I've been trying to figure out how to get through, but you can't. You have to be, you actually have to be nominated. Sure, I'm making a note. Oh my God. So I don't need the images he presented, the 10 of them. Oh, I actually recognize his tag. Again, it has no bearing. Famous, not famous. Well-heeled, not well-heeled. Holds no bearing. And it's funny because he's not being as braggadocious as the guy who called himself accomplished. It really wasn't. Oh no, I just went to his website. The work is brilliant. The scale of one of the paintings that I saw in thumbnail is actually quite big. Yeah, okay, this guy's a 10. No, I mean a 100. There is absolutely no fault in the stars here. So we've got technical ability, technical merit, scope, innovation. Yeah, I don't know about the innovation part, but it's kind of there. He's definitely influenced. I can see clearly who he's influenced by, which I don't like. I don't want to know. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see who you're influenced by, which to me means you're copying. But I can see reference to several different artists who I appreciate. I can see reference to them. I can't really. Oh, nice. I literally have goosebumps. I have goosebumps right now. I just saw some work in a reel that he has up on his website. It was introducing his website. The reel is, give me goosebumps. It's beautiful. Creative clarity. So technical skills, technical merit 25, scope 25, innovation. I don't know. I don't like that I recognize the references over and over again. So if we go to the scoreboard, and I can't give him a 25. If I can recognize it, and I'm not paying attention to barely anything, but I saw several different artists that he's referring to in his work, and I don't, nope, no. At that level, at the level we're talking about, he should be standing on his own 2 feet, or they should be. So if we go to the 15 to 19 scoring level, within innovation and originality, the work demonstrates clear innovation, either in the conceptualization, approach, or execution of the project. The applicant challenges traditional methods or introduces new techniques. Has done neither. Let's read it again. 15 to 19. The work demonstrates clear innovation either in the conceptualization, approach, or execution of the project. The applicant challenges traditional methods. Has not. So if we go to the 10 to 15 scoring, score, the work introduces some original elements or approaches, but may still rely on familiar methods and concepts. So this person is definitely getting a 10 there. I can't give him any higher because they're relying on they're just relying on too many ideas from other people, or alluding to them. That bothers me. They always say that people quote Andy Warhol all the time. And what is it? Something about good artists do one thing and great artists steal. I think that's such a load of bullshit and a cop-out, an utter incomplete cop-out from someone who copied. It is grating. It is insulting. So I don't respect great artists steal. That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. I don't think it's funny. I find it really horrible, disrespectful. So in my notes, and I try not to write anything too harsh in my notes, but for this artist, we've given it a score of 85. Sorry, I know you're national treasure, apparently, but I wrote in the notes, artist relies on familiar methods and tropes. That's the truth. So I've moved on to another one. Apparently, unlike last night, I have just hit on a boatload of really talented people. Oh, we've already not filled out the application correctly. I was going to say we hit on a boatload of people who are brilliant and talented. And deserving of time, money, attention. And then we moved on to this one. Their work is not earth-shattering. It's not earth-shattering, but I think I can see where they're trying to take them, where their mind is trying to go. I can see where their mind is trying to evolve, and that's very important. What are we? We're a printmaker? Yeah, we're a printmaker, which is not the easiest thing in the world. It certainly has. I love printmaking. I love being in print shops and around. Here we are, a bookmaker. God, I love it. I have such a passion for it. I don't have the patience for printmaking, but I do have a passion. And there we are. We are a printmaker. But we got on to 2 to 5 words. I'm going to keep stressing this, 2 to 5 words. And already we've got can't handle 2 to 5 words. We now have to express ourselves as verbosely as possible, says the woman that can't shut up. No, and in the proposal, The proposal. What do you want to accomplish with this fellowship? I've done this, I've done that. There's one paragraph of look at me. There's another paragraph of I am awesome. It doesn't, I mean, all I have to do is read a couple of words and I know they've basically ignored the question. I can glaze over this, or not glaze, but graze over this quick enough to know what words to pick out, to see where they've acknowledged the fellowship or the question that's been asked. And just like a whole bunch of other people, this one is just like, I did this and I'm awesome. And it's frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. Just answer the question. I hope you're hearing this, because I'm not directing, I don't know who this person is. I don't really care. I do care, but at the same time, I am telling you this. I'm doing these videos so you can see, oh, this is where I'm making the mistake. They didn't ask me to write a biography about myself, write an essay about how I feel about, you know, all the important things that I've done at my community center, or even at the New York Times, which I've also read. Nobody's asking you that. Nobody's asking you if you did an artist residency in Bangladesh. We're asking you, what will you do with the fellowship? The end. And we've managed to answer that question 3.5 paragraphs later. Ugh, another phrase I hate. I have so many pet peeves. I hate it when people chew with their mouths open. It's not even a pet peeve. I have misophonia, which is an overload of the neurological system. And you can, now mouth noises involving food wrappers, also filler words, like, they all, they really bother me. Not bother me, they're intolerable. I can't go to the movies because of it. I can't eat at Mexican restaurants because of nachos. People eating nachos. People don't know how to eat nachos or popcorn like human beings. They eat them like cows out in the middle of a field. Not like people who have ever sat at a table and tried to even pretend to be polite. It's disgusting. Candy wrappers. Why do all wrappers make that sound? It's awful. So in the misophonia, in my pet peeves, I have a long list of words, phrases, artistic journey. And then the other one is referring to your artwork as works. Thankfully, I know I'm not alone. I've met umpteen other professionals in multiple different states who just, holy cow, nothing says I'm uncertain of myself and an amateur quite like my works. Look at my new works. These works, which I just read, and However, we look past that. She actually, they actually did address the fellowship, and with quite a bit of genuine warmth and need. Took 3.5 paragraphs, but they finally got to it. Sorry. I don't want to read your biography. List 5 of your most significant professional achievements. Again, each one is a paragraph. It is unnecessary. Oh my God, so many words to say. I'm a professor at such and such college or university. Okay, fine. There is a lot. We apparently had to say about becoming a teacher for elementary school students. Oh my God, you're annoying. But the work is there. Oh, scope, not innovation, then innovation. So I'm writing down technical skill, scope, innovation, creative clarity. And I think we're going to go to her website first, just to be fair. Oh look, I'm going to take this one longer than the last two. This video longer than the last two. I think it's really important to have insight. I used to think that people would look at my portfolio and be like, "You're the shit." This was back before I had really any confidence or work to show. I'd be like, I would send in applications or have shows and be like, "Ugh, everyone knows I'm a genius." And so I read back through the really terrible applications. I go, yeah, I remember being that guy. You want so hard to believe in you. You want so hard for people to accept you. And then you act like a douchebag. What is going on here? Okay. No. Okay. This artist has video up and in thumbnail on the front page of or on the home page of their website, but unfortunately the video doesn't expand when you click on it, so they don't have Lightbox or whatever fancy thing we're working with now. We do have a lot of work, however. It's not great, but this person has invested themselves in their work. I'm going to go down to installations, because apparently we did installations. We only did 5. Oh, no. Oh, wow. All right, I have to say, I'm surprised the installations are, or the way this artist has presented them. I can see where they're probably kind of amateurish, but the way they've documented their work and the seriousness with which they approach their work, it's admirable. It's really admirable. Oh man, I just opened a book this printmaker made. It's highly original. Well, at least it's trying to be. Yeah, I can see this artist just needs some support. This artist needs quiet. Some room to breathe in. Whether that's mentally or physically, this artist deserves, has done the work and earned the right to breathe freely. So we're going to go through the technical skills, The technical skills are, we're okay. I'm not going to give this one a 25. Although, now I'm thinking about it, and it's the illustrations I'm having trouble with. They're not, I was going to say they're not great, but on some levels they really are. They're just not, they're not traditional, which is what we want. The installation work, I think she was or they were working within limitations. But the bookwork, which is also part of the printmaking process for this person, is strong. It's very strong. The work is clean, it's clear, it's obvious they know printmaking. They know papers, they know mediums, as well as the machinery. We're going to give this one a 25. The scope of work. And the scope of work, it's very personal. It's personal, not very, it's personal. However, within that, it's universal. And I feel she has the ability, given proper support, to affect a wider audience. So we're going to give her a 25 on that. Innovation, it's hard to be innovative as a printer. It's hard to be innovative in pretty much any practice. Actually, yeah, she's not perfection there. So we'll give her 20. We're just going to take 5 points off of that. Creative clarity, she is very clear. They. So we're going to give this artist a 95. I think this is really important to share. I'm glad I started doing this. Because here we are, we're looking at someone who has the potential for genius and is actually fairly successful at what they're doing. And so it's wonderful to be able to share the thought process and talk it through with you. And so I'm typing in, I would highly recommend this artist for the fellowship. I would highly recommend this artist for the fellowship. There is serious potential for benefit. I'm just going to write, there is serious potential here. That's kind of judgy and weird. I'm just going to write, I would highly recommend this artist for the residency. Now, I understand, too, that not only can we apply numbers and write little notes and blah, 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 write little notes on the applicant's submission form. Oh, my. But we can also... we can give them star ratings. So I have contacted the office twice now because I can't get, there's a little star icon I'm supposed to be able to click on, and then I can just rate the applicant overall using star system as well. So that's a little bit quicker visual. I've notified them 2 or 3 times, the same woman that I've been working with and asking questions of at the fellowship, asking, you know, letting them know that the star system isn't working. That applicant I would give a 5 to, despite that I took 5 points off for innovation. Boy, this is funny. I was only going to do this for a little while, but we keep hitting on applicants who are strong to fairly strong. I'm looking at one now that's like, meh, fairly strong. Certainly not humble bragging. Oh my God. 2 to 5 words. 2 words. Conceptual art. Thank you. Oh, no. That's describing themselves. 2 to 5 words. Describe the what you would do with the fellowship. Prepare for solo show. Done. Good. I'm reading for the proposal. Oh man, 4 paragraphs, but they have mentioned the fellowship in every one and how it would affect them, what they're working towards, how this is important. This is a lesson for me too. Because they're talking about the solo show, or they talked about a past project just now, how they, what it meant, and how they would incorporate the fellowship into the upcoming solo show. So that was really beautiful. That was smart, very smart. So they've used the first 2 paragraphs in their proposal to do that. Actually, the first one, it was like boom, boom. It was within the first sentence, and then again repeated, repeated stylistically in the second paragraph. A little bit more about the past project, the upcoming project. Again, this is a proposal. What will you do with the fellowship? 3rd paragraph is about the fellowship, how they will use it. 4th paragraph, the fellowship and how they will use it. Brilliant. And I'm reading it. It's warm. It's not boasty. It feels honest and true. As a professional, what do you consider yourself? Emerging. Totally agree with that. Biographical statement. This is how blind I am to some of the intricacies or some of the information, personal information put in. I read the name. I don't care because I don't want necessarily, even though I've made the mistake of repeating gender several times, I don't want the gender in my mind. That shouldn't affect anyone. So I just like, ugh, it's a man, or ooh, it's a man, or ugh, it's a woman, ooh, it's a woman. Race, gender, color, age, don't care. Do not care. It is the quality of the work, how your form is filled out, your words, your sincerity, the scope of the work. 5 most significant professional achievements. I love this. I love this first one so much. List 5 of your most significant professional achievements. Ready? I graduated from college in 2015. I'm not laughing. It's so sincere. Okay, now I'm clicking on, yeah, it's a website. Pop-up page, samples of artwork. I'm looking at samples of artwork. Not great technique. Not the worst I've ever seen. Just kind of basic, which makes me sad. Here's the thing. This person is not going to get a high score based on this. However, as a juror, I can contact the fellowship board. I'm gonna cry because I can't believe I get to do this. I can contact the fellowship board and request that they extend a fellowship to this person. And that's what I'm going to do. All right, let's get through this one. It's been almost an hour. Technical skills scope. Innovation and creative clarity. Let's start off with creative clarity. Scoring there, we know that that's a 25. They're right there. They're right there. Reading the proposal, reading just everything. They're a 25. The innovation isn't there. I can't give them a 0 though. The technical merit isn't there. Technically, it's I would say 2 steps above average. They're trying so hard, you can see it. They're trying so hard to relax into the practice of painting. They're trying hard to relax into an understanding of color and lights and darks. They're right there. I can see where this artist is on the edge. And this fellowship. Sorry, I'm going to cry. This fellowship would really help them. Okay, I can't give them a 20. I can't give them a 25. 15 to 19 in technical skill. The applicant demonstrates strong technical skills that are well aligned with the goals of the work, and that is true. Part of that is true. We're going to go with a 15. I can't give them a 10. That would just be really sad. The artist is expressing a competent level of technical skill. They're right on the edge, though. I can see where in the work where it's gone from competent. It's going from competent to the next step, next stage. They just need the support to get there. So in scope, I think there's a tight audience in here, a limited audience, unfortunately. but it could also, no, I can't say that because I can see where this would hit, the work that's being presented, the work this artist is producing, could actually touch several different cultural, social issues. I can see where this artist could really touch a wider range of people than, you know, at the initial onset. First glance, it's really easy to be cynical and say, oh, that's only work for such and such people. But I'm seeing where it could have social and cultural impact in several different ways. So, or in several different groups. Nationalities, race, age, da-da-da. I can see where this artist could touch a lot of people. So, boy, this is a toughie. All right, again, this is something I can address in a letter to the board, and I will. Innovation and originality, sort of. Again, scores 15 to 19, the work demonstrates clear innovation, either in conceptualization, approach, or execution of the project. Sorta. 20 to 25, the work is highly original. It's not. I can see where they're trying, though. They're really trying. Actually, the most honest score would be in the 10 to 14 range. The work introduces some original elements or approaches, but may still rely on familiar methods. I'm going to give this a 14. Yeah, I'm going to give this a 14. And what's going to happen is, once we total it up, the score is going to add to 2, 4, 6, 7, 74. The computer system is automatically going to bump that up to 75. It's going to, yeah, see, it just rounds up. Okay, what I'm typing in right now in my notes is I will contact the board, but I would strongly, in capital letters, recommend this artist be granted a fellowship. Benefit greatly. I feel they will benefit greatly from everything the fellowship has to offer. God, I sound like somebody, some big serious writer. Good for them. Good on you. And I'm writing in my notes for later. Contact board, recommend fellowship. And I'm going to highlight it because I'm serious. And so far I haven't done this with anyone. Felt the need to contact the board about anyone. But I am going to argue on their behalf. So we've got it in yellow, and it's very important. So when I go back and go through everything, we're over an hour, who cares at this point? When I go back and I go through everything, not terrible. I have a question. Is spin art photography a thing? Oh, we're trying so hard in our essay. So when I get through, and now I've only got, how many more do I have to do? I only have 11 more applications to go. So once I get these last 11 done, I'm going to take a break, probably go to the gym or get a donut. I'm torn. And then I'm going to go through each application again, go through my notes, review what I've written, review how I've graded people, and make corrections as needed. I know when I started, this is my first time as a juror in a fellowship program. So when I first started, I was a little nervous. I was a little anxious. But I did keep detailed notes, and we'll just find out. So if anything needs to be upgraded, I will upgrade. I certainly won't downgrade. I'm not going to say, oh, I know better now and I'm so smart. I'm going to review, correct any notes that I've made if they've been too harsh. Adjust the score up as needed, depending on how I see their work now that I have more experience. But because I've written this in bold letters and highlighted, I will come across this person's page, my notes on them, and contact the board. Now I've got to look at spin art photography, try and understand why. Oh my God. I may need that donut now. Okay. I'm going to mention on top of them talking about joy, which is nails on a chalkboard for me, and their mom. Blaming their artistic vision on their mother. It's okay. Keep it to yourself, please. I'm going to mention this, that they look forward to working within an art community where they can lead outdoor activities. I think that's called daycare. Not working with professional artists. Oh, and I don't know if you knew this, but this particular southern state they live in is in the USA. Just so irritating. Okay, wait a minute. Let me check one of our pet peeves. 2 to 5 words, preparing for a solo show. Okay, we got it. The proposal statement is long and full of joy and excitement. and spinning around with their skirt over their head or something. I don't even know. Professional achievements. Should we mention we're a part-time teacher as an achievement? Yeah, we don't have a lot of experience. Oh, honey. Huh, that's really good. I've gone to the website. Again, we're overtime, so who cares? If you stuck with me this long, you're not going to really care. Now I've gone to the website because the images on her application were like, they were fine. They were fine. I don't feel that strongly. But I went to their website and I just went through one section. Now I'm going through a second section. I'm not usually wowed by drawing. The artist has merged science with photography and drawing and apparently digital work, which I don't really care. But let's take a peek anyway. Okay, that's what we had put on the application. This is digital fuckery. It's kind of like spin art, but they're supposed to be pictures of relatives. I'm kind of getting it though. Yeah, seeing it in a larger format is definitely helping. Again, it's really easy to be cynical. Especially with all the garbage she put in, or they put in their essays. It's like, ugh. Don't mention joy. Don't mention vision. Don't mention artistic journey. Just keep it clean. And also don't mention that you want to lead outdoor activities. Go volunteer at the local Y if that's what you want to do. I don't know. I'm on the fence on how to grade them. I wish I could tell you their name because I actually really like the name. It's kind of fun. It's fun. And I'm not being snotty either or ironic. It really this person has a really, keep saying the gender. This person has a really fun name. Let's just hop down to, we're here. We might as well hop down to technical merit, scope. Innovation is actually all there. Creative clarity, kind of there. Technical merit. Actually, I gotta say, technical merit is there in everything that they've presented on their website anyway. And as for innovation, that's what they presented in their application. So we're going to have to go give innovation a 25, Technical merit at 25. Scope, I'm not really sure of. And creative clarity isn't, it's messy. Everybody say bless you to Fat Pete. He just sneezed. God, Now this is where I'm reading into this applicant's words, and I can't read it out loud. I can make fun of it out loud, but I can't read it out loud. Once again, breach. Or something. God, that paragraph about wanting to lead things, I can see where this person would be a massive pain in the ass. They have the tone of a very over-the-top, excited elementary school teacher. You know, the one that knows everything or wants to lecture other people on how to teach, even though they've been there for, you know, the applicant has been at the job for a week or a day. Ugh. In fact, they state it outright. They state the problems they could command outright. But I'm not grading them on being ridiculous. Okay, so for scope, her portfolios are all very niche as products, I guess. No, they're not. They don't really have the acronym to be products. What I'm trying to decide here is, or what I'm thinking about here is scope. How will these drawings, these prints, these photos, spin art photos, how could they affect a larger audience? They could. They're just not quite strong enough, I don't think, to compel people to want to participate in what this artist has to offer. Can't give it a 25. Can't give this person a 0. I'm going to give them a 10. I think that's pretty fair. Innovation and originality. I can't say it's inconsistent work because you can feel the artist from one portfolio to the next. So it's not inconsistent, but it also doesn't look alike. Like they're not triplets or siblings. Like they're not direct copies of each other is what I mean. We've got 3 different portfolios that I saw on the website that are genuinely different. One of the 3, not the one she presented necessarily, but one of the 3 is actually quite innovative. They, keep saying the gender. Oh, Yeah, I think this is fair. Creative clarity, 10 through scores 10 through 14. The applicant demonstrates a clear understanding of their creative goals, kind of, and process, yeah, though their articulation may lack depth or specificity, which I think is true. Ten to 15, the applicant shows strong creative clarity with a well-defined and focused vision for their work. Not really. We're trying. We're more excited about being a teacher, though. We love being a teacher to elementary school students. That's what we've written about, that and their mom. Yeah, I think we're going to have to go with a 10 on this one. I think that's fair. And this is where going back and reevaluating the evaluations will be good. Because I may decide that I've been too harsh on this person, expected too much. The level is, the artwork is pretty refined. But lacking a specific direction or intent, I think is the problem. But that's where going back through it again is going to help. I just went out of that page. Oh, we've got 40 done. I think it's time for a donut. La la. Not that I eat them every day, and my ass is getting bigger while I sit here doing this thing. But I want something that's nice. But first I gotta brush my teeth. My two little toofies that are left in my mouth. Ooh. This is interesting. Cyanotype. Holy shit. As disappointed as I was last night, today it's got me feeling much better. The applicants today. Jesus Christmas. This is kind of fun, what I'm looking at now. I wonder... this person's work has a different Rhode Island School of Design feel. Nope. Apparently ain't never been there. Wow, that's shocking. Yeah, this person needs to be introduced to Providence, Rhode Island. They would thrive there. Or they could get stuck and start copying other people, which we don't want. Now, there's a painting. And I've already seen it. I've already seen the idea, the images, I don't want to see it again. We're all set. No, the world does not need another Jeff Koons. But then the layered work. God, I wish I thought of that. I wish I thought of that. I love cyanotype. I love the process and the look and the feel of cyanotype photography prints. And then they've added layers on top, and it's really... Now they've got me thinking about a project I'm going to be starting in a couple weeks. Not to copy again. How do we do on the 2 to 5 words? In 2 to 5 words, describe what you would do with the fellowship. Experimental painting on large cenotypes. We done it. We done a good job. And the first sentence in the art proposal is honest and genuine, and it's not bragging. It's not begging, it's not bragging, which I've done both of those, sometimes all at once. I love this. And I will quote this. I feel that I am on the cusp of making what I really want to make. How can you not love this person? Okay, at that, I am going to take a break. We've hit a quality level, and it's not because the artists have not been broken up into quality levels in any way, shape, or form. They are literally in alphabetical order. I am now in the P's and R's, and for some reason we have hit brilliant applicant after brilliant applicant. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I feel that I am on the cusp of making what I really want to make. Okay, at that, we're going to take a little break, and it's been an hour and a half. So, you know what? If you have any questions about what I'm doing, about the fellowship, about the applications, if you have any specific questions, put them in the comment section, or you can contact me through my website, through my email at becklane42, becklane42@gmail.com. And I'd be more than happy to share information with you, whatever limited information I have. What a gift. What a gift this is for us to take advantage of. Yeah, if you have any questions, I'll give you as much information as I possibly can. All right? Donut time and potty time. Ciao, ciao. Meow, 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 boink.